Like if you found the video valuable. The first letter arrived on her 18th birthday. It was handwritten in blue ink, folded neatly in a cream-colored envelope, and postmarked 2 weeks earlier. The return address was familiar. Ben Whitaker, 38 Maple Street. Just 4 blocks from her childhood home. Claire stared at the envelope for nearly an hour before opening it. Ben had moved away 2 years ago. They hadn't spoken since. Not really. A few casual texts. A shared nod at a mutual friend's graduation. But nothing more. She remembered crying the night his family left town. She never told anyone, not even him, that she had feelings. Not even when he sat beside her at the park that last summer evening, talking about college, dreams, and how time moves faster when you pretend it doesn't matter. Now, 2 years later, here it was, his handwriting. A letter. She opened it slowly. Dear Claire, if you're reading this, happy 18th. I've been thinking about this for a while, writing you on your birthdays, just once a year. No pressure to reply, just a way to stay close, even if we're not. We both knew we were bad at goodbyes. I didn't say what I should have that day, so I'll say it now. You mattered, you still do, Ben. She read the letter 3 times that night, tucked it under her pillow, and didn't tell a soul. A year passed. Another envelope. Her 19th birthday came with confusion, heartbreak, and a brutal college semester. She'd almost forgotten about the letter, until it arrived, again postmarked 2 weeks early, again in the same neat handwriting. Dear Claire, 19 looks good on you. Don't ask how I know, I just do. I bet you've already learned that college isn't always what they promised. I hope you've met people who see your spark, not just your smile. Me? I'm studying architecture. Funny, right? I used to hate math. But I like building things now. You always saw patterns I missed. Maybe that's what drew me to you back then. I never told you that. But I should have, Ben. She smiled for the first time in days. By the time she turned 20, the letters had become a quiet ritual. Every July, without fail, a piece of Ben appeared in her mailbox. He never asked her to write back. He never gave more than updates, reflections, and soft truths that sounded like poetry when read aloud in her apartment at night. That year, he wrote about losing his grandfather. About driving across 5 states just to sit by a lighthouse. About how grief doesn't ask for permission. And how love never really leaves. She cried that night, not because of Ben, but because he knew how to write what she couldn't say. When she turned 21, the letter was different. Not in form, still folded, still careful, but in content. Dear Claire, I kissed someone last month. And the first thing I thought about was how it didn't feel like you. I know that sounds insane. We've never kissed, barely spoke after I left. But you're the voice in my head when I do something right. Or brave, or stupid. You told me once that timing is everything. So maybe this letter is badly timed. Or maybe it's perfectly late. I'm not asking you to reply. I just wanted you to know. I think I've been in love with you since we were 16. Ben. She read that one in the dark. Twice. Then she tucked it into a drawer and didn't speak of it for months. Her 22nd birthday arrived during a rainy summer. She was working late, juggling jobs and finishing her degree. Her world felt stretched, uncertain. But the letter came, on time, as always. Dear Claire, if you're tired, I hope you rest. If you're sad, I hope you cry. If you're in love, I hope it's the kind that doesn't make you question yourself. I'm still writing, still waiting, still wondering if you'll ever read these out loud to me someday. But if not, that's okay. Some love stories live in silence. Some letters are meant only for paper. And you're meant for everything good. Ben. She didn't cry this time. She smiled, a slow, knowing smile. Like someone beginning to understand something they'd always known. By the time she turned 23, Claire had started dating someone. A quiet artist named Eli who made her feel steady, even if not quite electric. The letter that year was shorter. A paragraph, a memory. Ben wrote about the tree behind their high school where she used to read alone. About how he once left a note for her in that tree, but never checked if she found it. She hadn't, not until she went back and looked. It was still there, faded, tucked inside a crack in the bark. I wish I was braver. That's all it said. She held the paper in her palm until the wind took it away. Eli asked her, weeks later, if she was happy. She told him the truth. Yes. But maybe not with the right story. Her 24th birthday letter didn't arrive. She waited. A day. Then 2. Then a week. For the first time in 6 years, nothing came. She emailed his old address. No reply. She messaged his sister on Instagram. Hey, is Ben okay? The answer came an hour later. Hey Claire, he's in the hospital. Car accident. Out of state. Not sure if he'll wake up yet. I'll let you know when we know more. She dropped everything and booked a flight. She didn't ask herself why. She already knew. When she arrived at the hospital, Ben's sister met her in the lobby. He mentioned you, she said softly. Even in sleep. He always does. Claire sat beside him that night. Machines beeped softly. His face was still, bandaged, pale. She reached into her bag and pulled out every letter he'd ever written her. And one by one, she read them aloud. From 18 to 23. Then, she wrote one of her own. And left it by his hand. He woke up 2 days later. The first thing he asked was, "Did you get the last letter?" She shook her head. "I didn't need it." They sat in silence for a long time. Then she reached for his hand. "I got your words for 6 years, Ben. Now I want the rest of them, out loud." He smiled, weak but real. "You're still my favorite paragraph," he said. On her 25th birthday, there was no envelope. Instead, there was Ben. Standing outside her apartment, holding a bouquet of wildflowers and a letter with no stamp. She opened it slowly. "Dear Claire, I ran out of room in my heart for silence. So this is the last letter. Because from now on, I want to speak every word to you. In person, in real time, in love, forever, Ben."